Hello, hello, and welcome to June 2022 monthly activation. I am Bree. I am your guide, guiding you to the life you desire and well-being through vibrational health. This month, let me talk to you about this month. Okay, so here is the drawing. We're just going to dive right in today. Here is this month's drawing, which is a remote viewing tool that I use to help me connect with the patterns and information that we are here to address together today and for this month to help you stay attuned to the cosmic cycles as they move within you. So you can be in harmony with life around you and life within you as we move through the energies of June. And this is what came through. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. It's what you've wanted, so just roll with it. I mean, these are like huge changes. So just keep in mind that there's something that you wanted, and this is how it is happening. So rather than resist what's happening, just roll with it. Surrender to the process. Surrender to the process. You can't bring your old thoughts to the new you. The new you has different thoughts than the old you. So you can't bring that old way of thinking, those old paradigms, to the new version of yourself. They can't coexist because they are two totally different vibrational states. The next version of you is one vibration, and the previous version of you is also a vibration, but they are different vibrations. And so they cannot occupy the same space at the same time. You cannot bring the old thoughts, the old paradigms, the old you to the next version of self. You will have to leave things at the door. There are things you must leave behind. Is it worth holding on to? So a lot of times when we're making these changes, there's a lot of resistance and fear in letting go, But does what you're holding on to worth it if it's keeping you from getting the thing that you desire? Okay, who is it benefiting or hurting? So there's usually a payoff when we're holding on to old patterns of behavior, and a lot of times those patterns of behavior aren't serving us. So what is the benefit here? And the benefit could be a positive one or a negative one. Usually if we're holding on to patterns that no longer serve us, the pattern is not a positive one. There's not a positive benefit to holding onto it. It's hurting you because it's keeping you in the vibration of dis-ease, of discomfort, of dissatisfaction, of sabotage, of all of those things that are keeping you from attaining the reality and level of self that you're seeking to create. So you want this. What do you have to lose? Go for it. Really, what do you have to lose? Most of the time when we allow ourselves to get beyond that fear is something better than we could have ever imagined. So we have the imagination to help us anchor into that vibrational state, but when it shows up is really most of the time a lot more magical than anything you could have planned for yourself. We have a tendency to want to control or micromanage our lives, but when we're in our creator power, hi, you want to come sit? Come on. When we're in our creator power, that process happens on a holistic level, not on a linear level. So when we operate from that space, it happens in a more magical way. I will give you a personal example. My uncle was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he was spending his last days of his life here with us in our home, and I had made this secret wish. So sometimes when there's things that I'm creating for myself, I don't tell them to anybody. I just call them secret wishes, and these secret wishes are something that have a very strong emotional connection for me. And one of my secret wish around that was that I wanted to be there for his passing. And I left it. I had this wish, and I didn't put anything else into it. It was there, right? It was just connected. It was there. And shortly afterwards, there was a fire in my apartment building. Fortunately, nothing in my apartment was damaged. It was a neighbor's apartment, but I couldn't be there because of the smoke. I couldn't breathe. And so I ended up coming to stay with my family during that time until they had remediated the fire and the smoke problems in the apartment complex. And it was during that time that my uncle passed away. And so this is what I mean. There is just some things when you want something and you ask for that to happen, there's no way I could have planned for that. One, I didn't know when he was going to pass away, okay? And it happened in a way that, seemed to be, quite incredible, right? There was a fire, and that was what forced me to move out and forced me to be here. Now, I've had many, many examples of these situations happening in my life. So when we are connecting with our creator power and our greater power, we are not controlling the how or the when. We're just connecting with the fact that it is, and there's an expectancy that that will happen, right? So let me review the drawing here. Okay, so everything is changing. It's what you've wanted, so just roll with it. So what I wanted was to be there, and it happened. So bringing your old thought, you can't bring your old thoughts to the new you. There are things you must leave behind. Remember, you can't have those two different vibrational states occupy the same space, or otherwise they would be the same vibration. So what happens when we're in the process of change, we start to feel maybe the discord or the discomfort that comes with change. It's because we are shifting vibration. The frequency of who we are is changing. And in that process of maintaining and sustaining this vibration of our desired state, that other stuff comes to the surface for it to be integrated, for it to be harmonized, for it to be healed, etc., etc. Okay? So when we hold the state of health, for example, let's talk about health. Health is a particular frequency and vibration. This tuning fork, for example, is a frequency of DNA repair. It is also a love frequency. This is a frequency of health. All the sounds I use are healing and harmonizing frequencies of health and vitality. Okay, so when we are using this particular frequency, this is a vibration of health, right? So, in the frequency of health, what happens is all the other things come into harmony or in harmony with it. It begins to resonate with this frequency and holds a healthy state. We do this when we are creating anything. This is another example of holding a frequency. When there's something that you desire, it is a particular vibration. It is a particular frequency. When you hold your awareness to that, when you feel yourself in that place, everything else will rise to meet that. It resonates with it. And that is how you create it. But in that process, in the resonating, things might come up to the surface, right? So here's the new level of health, and here's the level where you're out of in dis-ease or not in harmony with health, unhealthy, and that's going to resonate with that. And in the process, things harmonize and can come to the surface to be revealed to create health. So sometimes things have to come to the surface for it to be released. Okay? So those old thoughts cannot come to this level where the new thoughts reside. Because this new version of you thinks differently, has a different awareness and perspective of the world, moves through the world differently, dresses differently perhaps, maybe is living in a different place, has a different job, surrounded by different people. All of that is in resonance and in harmony with that vibration of that version of you. The old you maybe thought about herself differently, dressed differently, had different jobs, surrounded herself with different people, had different habits. Okay? All of it, when we break it down to its fundamental being, it's vibration. It's all vibration, represented as your environment, your job, your relationships, your car, your clothing, your finances, your diet. all of that. It's all a vibrational experience that you get to choose. So if you're choosing health, then you have to choose things that are in harmony and vibration with the healthy state, right? So we are doing everything that's in harmony with that vibration. So if we're going to choose healthy eating habits, we can't continue to choose foods that are not in harmony with that version of health, with that vibration of health. You can't sustain health by continuing to act and think and behave in ways that are not in the vibration of that healthy state that you're seeking to achieve. Okay? So let's bring in the sounds and see where they're going to take us. The first thing I hear is you already know what to do. Because you're doing it anyway naturally. It's already how you are creating. You're just not aware that's how you're creating. So all you're doing is bringing your awareness to doing what you naturally do, to do something that you're in preference of. So let's come together with the breath. Beginning to breathe in and out through the center of the chest. There you go. And as you're doing so, just have the intention that this breath is aligning you with the vibration of your desired reality. The new version of you. The one who is in vibrational health. Vibrational health is a state where everything is moving, everything is in harmony, there is no blocks. Everything is circulating. Energy is constantly moving and circulating. And when it's not moving and it's not circulating is when we start to see things kind of break down. We get unhealthy. We experience dis-ease. We can experience dis-ease in the body. We can experience it in the mind. It can show up as depression, anxiety, overwhelm. We can experience it in other aspects of our life, maybe in our bank account, maybe in our relationships. All of those are representative of where energy is not moving in our life. And that energy is a particular vibration. How do we get it to move? How do we get it to move? It is already moving, but we are the ones who are blocking the movements by the way we feel. It is our feelings which create, and those feelings and beliefs are the ones that are blocking that movement of energy. Now it's still moving, but it's moving in a way that's out of harmony with its natural flow. It's creating disharmony. So if something's going to flow harmoniously, it'll say, I'm broadcasting a vibration out into the world. I'm transmitting a vibration that I'm seeking to create. So let's use health. I'm broadcasting health and I want to experience health. So when I broadcast without distortion and in harmony, there's a flow here, right? There's nothing blocking it except this guy's hood right now, okay? So if I'm trying to broadcast and it's not getting through, and this is a perfect example, thank you, Muji, for demonstrating this. This is a perfect example. I can't get past this obstruction. This is a thought form that I might have. This is a belief that I might have. This is a feeling that I might have right here. And it's blocking my transmission. So what do I get back? It reflects back this block. And it can show up in a number of ways, like I explained. Okay, it could show up as pain in the body. It could show up as overwhelm and mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion. It can show up as, lack of abundance and prosperity or difficult relationships, whatever it is. This is blocking me. But if I reorient myself to where there is no block, right, then I'm able to create with ease. Things are moving. Things are moving. Broadcasting and receiving without distortion. Here I have to move around and it's trying to find its way, right? There's a blockage here. The same thing happens in the body with our energetic system and our meridians, right? The way the chi moves through the body, if it's moving through the liver meridian, for example, and there's a block there, it's going to cause dysfunction in the areas that the liver is responsible for. There's no difference what happens in the physical body, as the energy that flows through us is creating our life, and it's creating our reality around us. Okay, so let's just breathe with the intention that we have. So hold your intention into mind and just breathe from the center of the chest. Just breathing from this heart center will bring that body into a coherent state. It organizes the field in a very simple way, so there's no distortion, and you can broadcast and receive with ease. The reflection becomes clear rather than a distorted reflection that you might have at a circus or something, carnival. Breathing from the center of the chest, inhaling, and then exhaling. There you go. So there's some confusion coming up here as we're doing this. The head starts to get involved. As soon as we start to settle into the body and allow the heart to lead the way and create a coherent state, then we sometimes come out of that and we go back into our thinking self. So just notice when you do that. Just notice that for a moment. Breathing in and out through the center of the chest. And noticing how long you can stay present with that breath. Allow your awareness and the breath to move together, in through the center of the chest and out through the center of the chest. And notice the tendency of the thoughts trying to pull you in various directions. So when that's happening, just it's like this hood, you're hitting a wall there. Okay? You're getting drawn out of balance, out of harmony with the thoughts. Notice where the thoughts pull you. So bringing your awareness and your breath back to the center of the chest. And notice how long you can stay here before something pulls you away. Okay, very good. I'm really noticing you being able to stay with it a bit more. And then the body began to constrict a little bit. Okay, so notice maybe the thoughts and the breath are staying congruent, but the body is starting to tighten up a little bit. That's another indication of you coming out of that state. Just another subtle thing to pay attention to is how the breathing changes. And then just bring your awareness back again. Beautiful. So, with your eyes closed and continuing to breathe, I want you to picture that you're in a tall building, a high-rise. And you are in a particular level right now, and that level is your particular vibration. So just notice the vibration that you're in, and just take note of maybe the floor that you're on. And there's no good or bad here, it's just a noticing. This is just an arbitrary demarcation of where you are. So way to calibrate, okay? So there's no judgment here, we're just calibrating. So notice what level you're on. Right now when I'm tracking it for myself, I was on level 4. So that's the vibration I'm on vibration 4, okay? I'm on floor 4. On the 4th floor vibration. And that's beautiful. So just notice how you feel here. Now I'm going to invite you to begin to make your way towards the door, and we're going to exit this level. We're going to exit this floor, and on your way out, you're going to see a tool that you're going to need to get up to the higher level. So there's going to be a special traveling gear waiting for you. I have snowshoes for this one. Usually I have a wizard staff, but I have snowshoes this time. So just whatever you see at the door as you exit, take it with you. It's going to be your tool, your sacred, powerful tool to get you to the next level of vibration where your desired reality exists. Okay? So have your tool ready, your gear, and then I'm going to invite you to open the door and step outside. Okay? And then from here, you are either welcome to take the stairs, or if there's an elevator, you can take the elevator to the floor that your vibrational desired reality resides. So just begin to ascend, and when you get there, pause. And breathe. You want to breathe as you go. Notice if your breathing is restricted. And notice how your body and breath change as you continue to ascend in vibrational states as you get to the level where your vibrational desired reality exists. There you go. So for me right now, I'm on the 12th floor, and that's where I seem to stop. So wherever you stop, just trust it and pause. Beautiful. Now, before you enter this floor, before you enter this space, there is a container, a bin, there is something there for you to let go of all the things that you cannot have with you to enter this level. This is a different floor, this is a different vibration. So you need to take off everything and leave everything behind that you cannot take to enter. And you will know when you have rid yourself of all the necessary things, because the lock will light up. There will be some sort of signal that you know that you can now enter this floor. So just begin to dump out and take off, remove everything, and put it in the container that is there for you. There you go. And you don't even have to know what this stuff is, honestly. You can just have the intention to release it all and put it in there until you feel complete and you have the signal to enter. There you go. Beautiful. Just waiting for everyone to be ready here. Take your time. You don't need to know what it is. Some of you might know what that might be, and that's okay too. But it's not necessary. There you go. Sometimes I like to just to say everything physical I no longer need, and then I leave it. Everything emotional I no longer need, and then I leave it. Anything mental I no longer need, and then I leave it. I put it in that bin. There you go. Okay. And anything else that I don't know that I don't need, I leave that too. Because most of it, there's a lot of things that are hidden from ourselves, and I want to make sure that I am letting go of everything. There we go. Okay, now everybody's floor is lit up. Now you're able to open up that door. You've unlocked the door by getting rid of all of those vibrational, baggage, let's say. And before you enter, just take one step over the threshold and feel the ambiance of this space. Notice how you're breathing here. And then with your mind's eye, begin to look around. Where are you? What is the view like? What is the space like? What does it contain? And take some time exploring this area, this new landscape, this new dimension where your vibrational reality exists. You are now in the vibration of your desired state. Notice how you feel here. Beautiful. And then with your mind's eye, I'm going to invite you to turn around. And when you turn around, there's going to be a full-length mirror. And I would love for you, on the count of 3, to turn around and take a look at yourself in this mirror. 1, 2, 3. Who is looking back at you? This vibration and version of self, what does she look like? What does he look like? Who is gazing back at you? I see a lot of very shiny people, glowing and radiating. How does it feel to be here? Just notice the feeling of this state. There's a lot more ease I'm feeling from you, freedom, energy, vitality, abundance, contentment, satisfaction, joy, love, connection. This is what I'm feeling from you. But you feel that in your body, how it feels for you. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, next to the mirror on the floor, on the ground, is another, is a gift for you. There's a gift waiting there for you. And this amulet, this gift, whatever it is, go over and receive it now, is for you to hold on to, that maintains and sustains this vibrational state. Okay, so you are now at this level of vibration of the new version of you. You can choose to go downstairs if you want. There's nothing wrong with any of these other levels. They're just different vibrational realities available to you. And this one that you're currently on is in alignment with your desire. And this gift that you've received, take it, hold on to it. What are you going to do with it? What does it look like? Put it somewhere safe. It's going to help you sustain this vibration. Okay? And then your mission from here on out is just to check in each day of where you are. You can check in. Am I still here? And if not, then go to the level where that vibration is. It may not be the same level, okay? It may not be, and it might be. But I would want you to stay open to where that exists. It might be on a different floor the next time you go to check in. So I like to do this each day. Where am I now? Noticing my vibrational state. Where am I going to go? And I take the tool that's representing my ability to change that vibration for myself as I get there. I leave everything behind that I cannot bring into this new vibration, this new reality. I leave the physical, the emotional, the mental, and things I don't even know. And then I enter that state. I gaze upon my reflection. I take in the environment. I explore. I spend time there. And I just check in throughout the day. Am I still here? And I bring myself back. And it takes just a few moments to do so. Okay, so I'd love to hear from you and your experience, and let me know how this this journey up the Highrise is for you. I've been doing this one with my clients, and it's been creating some really incredible results for them. So do share with me in the comments or send me a message and let me know. Beautiful work. Okay, let me just bring in the wisdom of the chimes, see what she has to say, and you can continue exploring this new vibrational residence that you have taken up today in your mind and in the vibrational reality of the infinite field of possibility. wisdom of the chimes. So I saw this, if you've ever been to like the Southwest or anything, and you've seen some of the ruins there and all the stones that make up the footprint of where the buildings used to be. And so I was seeing these kind of remnants of old homes and old buildings and such. And she was sharing to me, it's like you think that you still need to live there. Like you've created these houses that you think that are no longer in, they're in ruins, and yet you still need to think that you live there, that you still have to live in those places. And then it started to see like buildings come and buildings go and coming up and going down. And all of these buildings that are coming up, these homes in which you live, for example, are being built and being destroyed, and they are constantly changing in response to your own mind, in response to your own desires, in response to your own feelings. And then she was showing me at the end, like the place you want to be, it already exists. It's in your DNA. It's your blueprint, that you are the architect of your reality. You are the architect of the life you desire. That life is a particular vibration. And when those vibrations are constantly changing, nothing is coming into, it's not being materialized. It's not coming into being, because you're constantly shifting all the time. You're not focused or honed in on that particular state being true. Right? It's like my wish about my uncle. That was what I wanted. There was nothing else except that for myself. There wasn't a lot of effort even put in. It's just something I desired, and then it came into being. So this happens with everything that we do. When our thoughts and feelings are constantly in flux and changing, and we don't know what we want, we're creating that in our outer world, and it can appear as chaos sometimes, right? It kind of starts to happen, and then it falls away, and nothing ever really stays. And then, so that's why we don't see the results that we are looking for when we're doing all of this. Yet the blueprint is you. Your heart knows exactly what it is you want to create, and it knows how to create that with you and through you and for you when you align yourself with it through the breath. When we create, I think we did at the beginning, just breathing in and out through the heart, through the center of the chest, create that coherent space for that to happen without any interference. And so you are the architect of your own reality, and you have all the blueprints that you need. You have all the blueprints that you need. So have fun designing. Have fun designing. Notice where you are, and allow yourself to travel to the level where your desired reality creates. It is a place. It actually exists, and you got there today in your imagination, and you are now in that vibration. And all you have to do is stay there. Continue to allow yourself to explore life from that place, from that feeling, from that state, and see what happens. And let me know. And if you enjoy, this content, please be sure to share, subscribe, and like, and do all the stuff that gets the light out so it can shine more brightly and reach the people that it needs to reach. And if you would like to learn more on how to do this for yourself in with me in a more personal way, then send me a message and connect with me, and I'll be happy to let you know how you could do that and the next steps to take. And for those of you who are wondering about my sweet Muji, he had eye surgery last week, and he's doing wonderfully. And he's just been, amazing me with how he's been experiencing this, this recovery time. And he's just been so incredible, and I've just been amazed at his grace and acceptance. And yes, right. So he is doing just fine, and he's healing really well. And so for those of you who are wondering and concerned, I appreciate that, and he appreciates that. So thank you all for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself, and I look forward to connecting with you next month. Blessings, everyone.